Hello and welcome back. I'm Mondef, of course, and I'm back on the Utopia Cubed server playing some more modded Minecraft. Since last time I finished digging out this room, I went mining, I went collecting, I ran to the nether. I did a whole bunch of collecting, but I haven't done any building because I wanted to do it with you. There we go, words. Words and such and all the good things. This is going to be my storage room. I'm just going to slap chests down, mostly because this is all just going to be temporary anyway. So I'm not all that worried about making it all super fancy and auto-sorty and all that stuff. That'll come later when we start building starships. Yep. Yeah, but for the time being, we're just going to slap some chests down in a kind of semi-organized manner. And I don't know how many chests I have to go around the room. That's going to be a problem. We can deal with it. It's fine. And there. Too high all the way around? Sure. Looks about right. Let's throw a torch back there so we don't get any spawns. Something like that. That'll do. Oh, I put these in the wrong place. How about that? I want space back here because I'm going to be running piping back behind these chests. So is this room not even? The room's not even. 1, 2, 3. It should be. Oh, I see what I did. I did it here. By the way, I'm loving this matok. I don't know why. You know, there's only been like once that I was like, oh, you know what, a shovel would be better here. I had a whole bunch of. I was down in the cave and there's a whole bunch of gravel. And I was, okay, yeah, I concede that the shovel would be better for gravel, but most of the time, being able to not have to carry an axe, and I'm gonna have to dig out the ceiling a little bit to support putting chests up here, but that's fine. Not having to carry around an axe and a shovel, I'm all for that. In fact, if I could sharpen my pickaxe or the matok and not carry a sword, I would do that as well. Because I'm all about the Omni tool. One tool for everything. Less inventory space used up for tools means more inventory space for building materials or machines or pipes or whatever else. So yeah. So that'll do. Now we need some pipes so we can actually, I guess I should say what we're going to be doing here. We're going to set this up to automatically store things that we input into the system. And at this point, I don't really care where things go. I don't mind having really messy chests at this point in the game because I do have. I don't know. I don't care. It doesn't matter. We're going to build a nice organized storage system in the future, but let's see. Let me build some of those. These are opaque item ducts. If you look at item ducts, there are a few different types. There's the opaque one, which I just built, which is just lead with tin. And then there's the item duct, the actual item duct. This one uses hardened glass, and hardened glass is the lead and the obsidian plus power, and the obsidian's already been pulverized. So, yeah, I don't know. It's nicer, it looks better, but in the opaque one, it doesn't render the item inside of the pipe. And items get rendered whether or not the client can see them. So in other words, like if there's an item duct back here, and this was normal item duct, if I was standing here, the items in the pipe are still getting rendered for the computer, which puts load on your computer. Even if I'm facing this way, it's still rendered, and it'll still put load on the computer. So especially if you're not going to be able to see the items, there's no point in using the regular item ducts. So actually, since these will be back behind the chest anyway, I might as well use opaque ones as it is, plus they're cheaper, so that's always good. So we're just going to do this. I'm just going to slap a whole bunch of pipes down. I'll do the other side of the room off camera so you guys don't have to be tortured by that. And we're going to put 2 chests back here. These will be 2 input chests. We'll just slap them inside of the wall here, like this. And one of them will be a regular chest. Actually, that's why there was an odd number. There you are. This one will just be a regular chest. This will be just so I can just come in here and dump whatever's in my inventory down on the ground and not have to worry about which chest has space. And then the other chest that's going to be back here is going to be our ender chest. So this ender chest was given to me by Nemsun, and one ender chest isn't very useful, but he also gave me the ender pouch that goes with it. So that is pretty useful. So I have an ender pouch as well, but I haven't really been making great use of that stuff. I've just been using it for storage. In my opinion, the first best use for an ender pouch is for a send home. I want to send this stuff home so I can keep mining or I can keep doing whatever. So that's what we're going to set this to do. And it's pretty easy. You just set this to be on the red side, the arrow side, so that's set to be pulling out. And the cheapest way to get that to work is just to use a lever to power this. There are other methods you can use, pneumatic servos and things like that. But there you go. Now you can see it's powered, and you should see all the items getting pulled out and getting sent to whichever chest is closest. In that case, it should be here. So it should fill this side, and then it'll fill this side, since the left side of the chest is what it's connected to, and the bottom is the left side. Anyway, we're going to do the same thing for this one. We're just going to set it like that, and because I don't want to see the lever, I'm going to stick it on the wall there and power it like that. And there we go. Now we've got a chest that I can just come up here and be like, I really don't need this or this. The stick. No, I want the sticks. Too bad. Sticks are gone. I don't need the lead or the tin anymore. The blaze rods. The gunpowder. So anyway, those will get pulled through, and even though we can't see the items through the pipes, they're making their way to these chests. That's weird. It should fill the top part of the double chest. If it doesn't fill the top part of these double chests, we're going to have to rethink these chest positions. Well, we'll see, Alright, this ender chest is empty. I originally set this ender chest to red, red, white, but turned out somebody was using my code, which is red, red, so I have to figure that out, and I haven't done that yet. So we diamonded it, so this is a personal chest. So I'm just going to go ahead and set this back to white, white. Now that it's empty, I'm going to go ahead and parrot my ender pouch to white, white. So there we go, white, white, white will now be my personal return home signal setting. So there we are. So I can just, again, I can just throw the soul sand, the netherrack, the dirt, and the netherrack. I don't need the skyberry or the tin anymore, and all that stuff will get pulled out. And in fact, it gets pulled out so fast sometimes that the item looks like it's still there, even though it isn't. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and pipe up the rest of these chests, and I'll be right back. Alright, all the pipes are laid, so now we are ready to go ahead and drop a whole bunch of stuff into these chests. Now I could do that the old-fashioned way, where I grab a whole bunch of stuff and drag it over there and plop it in the chest, but we're running mods. Mods are way cooler than that. So I just need a few pieces of iron and a piece of wood planks. And we are going to use a dolly. And dollies let you pick up chests. So like this chest here is just a random items chest. It's kind of just been dumping stuff in there. So I'm just going to go ahead and pick up one side of that chest. You can see I kind of like walking slower, which is kind of cool. I should be able to plop it right onto the side of that one. And because the block is here, we'll fix that later. Should empty out. Nope. It's interesting. I didn't realize these item ducts were treating each side of these double chests as if they were their own independent chests. It's really too bad. So that's alright. We'll do that. And then we can actually move this chest out of the way for the time being, so that we can use another chest. And we can plop it right down right there. Are you empty yet? Nope, it's working on it though. So I'm just going to go ahead and take my time, get you out of the way, and grab each of these chests and move them over here, plop them down, and let this system get full of gunk. Okay. On account of the fact that these don't recognize the other half of the chest, we're going to go ahead and not use the other half of the chest. And because that seems just a little bit silly, we're going to go ahead and upgrade these to iron chests. And with the crescent hammer, Can we rotate these? No, we need the other kind of wrench. That's fine. Yeah, I should be able to just knock all these down. Can I rotate these beforehand with the crescent hammer? Yeah, we can. One more. There we go. 1, 2, 3. And we'll just upgrade these like this. Oops. Threw one on the ground. There we go. I think this will work better anyway. It'll actually give us more room in here. So, that's good. One more? No, no more. Okay. But we will need to come back here and figure out how to get in there to put storage space. I'm not entirely sure. Oh, that's cool. Look, that can take up the same space as a torch. I never realized that. Love the forged macroblock things. Alright. So that'll do for now. I think that should allow us to utilize the whole space on both of those. These are empty now. Go away. Actually, I suppose I can start breaking these chests. I don't need them anymore. Go, place! Place, Dolly! Jeez. Oh, uh-oh. Bug. Okay. No, that might have been my machine. Is there a block here? Oh, weird. Oh, that's what was freaking everything out. Alright, we just got one more chest full of gunk to move. The rest of these chests are going to stay in here because they actually store things that belong in that area. So this will be our last chest. We'll go ahead and place it there. And we should be good to go ahead and get rid of these things here. Like that. There we are. So that looks pretty good. On account of the fact that I'm upgrading these to iron chests, I'm going to go ahead and remove these. And I think I know what I want to do for this side anyway. So give me just 1 sec. I need to craft a whole bunch of machines, and I'll be back. So I've made all the machines that I need, and I am in the mining age now, where we can make big giant holes and nobody seems to really care. And I'm getting a little bit of frame rate lag because there's so many trees here, but I built a quarry. I haven't set it up yet. I did mark out the space that I want to quarry. This is just a, well, it's 3 chunks by 3 chunks exactly. I don't really need to go bigger than this to start. It'll be a good test to see if my system will run, because I have not tested this. What I want to do is use a steam dynamo to power the quarry. I've also, because I'm trying to load as few chunks as possible, this will load 9 chunks, 3 by 3 for the quarry dig out space, and then it'll also load the chunk that the quarry's in. So if we hit F9 twice, thunderstorm, love it, you can see that I'm standing with the quarry right on the corner. So I don't want to build anything beyond that space, beyond this block line. Otherwise, if I put a pipe or something here, it wouldn't actually be loaded. So that would be a problem. But yeah, so we don't want to do that. So we want to keep everything on this line, so we can go ahead and get rid of those. So we've got a steam dynamo, which I think is a good way to power this thing. I'm pretty sure that's going to work. Not 100%, so we'll have to test. And I've got myself an aqueous accumulator, very much like the way we have our auto smelter set up back in town. And I want to use an item duct on the side of the dynamo here. That'll make sense in a minute. That's just to hold the water in. And we can get rid of the buckets. I'm pretty sure that should make it so our accumulator is picking up water, feeding the dynamo. Great. Now the quarry needs a place to send its items, so we're going to go ahead and tell it to output. Hopefully that'll work as well. We'll set it to output mode. I don't know if we're going to need to power that. We'll probably do that just for safety's sake. And then we're going to come out 1 block further than Dynamo, and we'll place our ender chest. Now, I did craft this ender chest, but I forgot to put a latch on it, so pachink, there we go. Now it's the right one. I threw some stuff in my return pouch, and it's not returning right now since those chunks are not currently loaded, so that's something we'll need to fix as well. But that should work. Now, the dynamo, of course, we only want coal going in here, and so we should be able to, with a nomadic servo, tell it to filter whitelist only. Whitelist is basically saying only. So only coal should go into the steam dynamo. Everything else will go over here. And because the dynamo is closer, geez, thunder and lightning, I'm trying to make video here. Because the dynamo is closer than the ender chest, all the coal should try to go into the dynamo unless there's not room for it, and then it'll send it to the chest. So I'm interested to see if there's enough coal to keep the dynamo running the whole time or not. If there isn't, that's fine. We'll have to figure out another way to feed it. This is not a long-term design anyway. I just want to do this for a few times of the quarry to save up on a little bit of materials. Alright, so we're going to go and feed this up. And we're going to see if all the piping works. Ouch. That was rude. I don't have a bow. Can't shoot back. Fair fight, right? And all that. Don't shoot me anymore. Okay, thanks. Shouldn't you be burning up in the daylight anyway? Oh yeah, it's raining. It looks sunny to me, but apparently it's raining. Alright, so are you running? No. So it looks like the dynamo does not power the quarry. Which, that kind of stinks. This does create RF, which is redstone flux power, and the quarry was designed to work with Minecraft Jewels, which is a... But looks like I was told they were compatible, but it does not look like they are. So that sucks. I gotta go make a different engine design. I'll be back in a sec. Alright, goodbye Dynamo. You were a good thought. This is a hobbyist steam engine. It's pretty much the same thing as the Dynamo, but instead of being from thermal expansion, this guy is from Railcraft, and he produces MJ instead of redstone flux. Okie doke. That should still work. That should all be set up and ready to go. That should now create steam. Yeah, here we go. Here's the build up. This is why I didn't want to use it. It's not actually... It's got to heat up first and all that stuff. Alright, okay. Wanted to use the Dynamo. Thermal expansion is one of my favorite mods, but it doesn't work with the Quarry, which people have told me that it does work with the Quarry, so maybe I did something wrong, but I don't think so. Alright, are we outputting power yet? No. 0 power. Building up heat. There we go. How's it building up steam? It's not hot enough for water to boil yet. Oh no, it's Celsius. Yeah, it is. If it's Celsius, why aren't we building up steam? It should definitely... 200 degrees Celsius is definitely hot enough to boil water. Oh, work, steam engine, work. Jeez. Is it making power and using it? I don't... Alright, so I figured out the problem. Turns out the quarry, in order to work with the Dynamo, it needs to have an energy conduit in between it. In fact, it needs to have an energy conduit between all the different engines that I tried. I went over to Creative World and tried a few. I don't remember this being the case, so they must have made a change since the last time I played with quarries. But yep, that was it, just easy fix. And then it does not output directly into item ducts, so I plopped this chest here for it to throw the things into. Oh, 4 emeralds already. Nice. Very cool. Alright. And then it should be an easy matter to just output from there, and that'll default in the off state. And we simply need to pass a redstone signal to it for it to output everything into the ender chest. So we should see items coming into here shortly. And there they are. Very good, very good. I could put the ender chest directly next to the quarry, except that I do want the coal going into the Dynamo. So we have this little bit of an extra step here, but I think it's worth it. You can see I replaced the quarry so it's back down to its kind of original settings here But that's fine. We kept everything in this one chunk, and the quarry's in that chunk, so should be fine. It'll have loaded this chunk, and then this chunk, and also that chunk. But yeah, that'll be fine. That'll give us a chance to test it. I'm not extremely happy with the fact that I have to have this extra piece of energy conduit here, but that's okay. It's alright. I'll probably run it in this configuration a few times. After this is done, I'll scoot it over and do a bigger one, and then maybe scoot it over again and do a bigger one yet again. But we need a place for all this stuff to go. We have this outputting on the other end, but unless we're there, it's not going to actually output. We can see this all piling up. So if we go back to our home here, we'll be able to see this way. We'll be able to see now this chest is emptying into our existing chests. But of course I want to be able to log off, so I am going to need a chunk loader. And I do not remember how those are crafted, but I remember them taking lots of gold. Oh. This is me not being able to spell to get the blocks that I want. There it is. Oh, an enchantment table and an ender pearl. That's right, I got that. But we're going to need to go get obsidian. Yeah, I don't have any obsidian, so looks like I gotta go get myself some obsidian. Oh no, probably want that bucket. Alright, there we go. Chunk loader. And I'm gonna go ahead and plop this guy here on the ceiling. Oh no, that's no good. Let's put him up one more. Oh, it's hard to break. There we go. Up in the ceiling, there we go. And then chunk radius. Let's make sure that it's covering the whole space. Let's see. Is one chunk big enough? Looks like it might be. Is it covering the whole backspace? Cool. No reason loading more chunks than we need to. One chunk seems to be enough. We'll go ahead and hide those lasers. And that should be good to go. So that should allow us to work and make sure that stays empty. Even when we're not here at home, there's an easy test. We just pop out to, well, now we should be far enough away. If the items come and go, there we go. Everything is loading and looking great. So we'll just go ahead and go home. So, what we've got now, other side, I always go the wrong way. Always. Doesn't matter which one I want to go to. So we've got ourselves a nice auto quarry here. I don't know how these chests are, what order these chests are going to fill up, and this one's filling up next. So it's great. We got plenty of storage for it. At least I hope I do. That should be big enough for the first round of quarries. That shouldn't be a problem. But I do want to start thinking about a little bit of bulk storage for a few of the very common items. And I think I have time today to do that, because this should be a very simple thing, but you know, it should be. The quarry was supposed to be a simple thing too. Yeah. All right. A barrel. I think I've got more in my crafting workbench. Yeah, here we got some more wood here. I don't know that that's going to be enough to craft very many more of these. I left the planks and the slabs in there. How many does that give us? 3. And that's it. We got 3 barrels. Alright. So I'm thinking cobblestone, dirt. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. Cobblestone and dirt, those are the big ones. So if I can get them to fit, then we're all good and happy. So I'm going to go. Let's just go around here. It's not going to be pretty. I'm not worried about prettiness down here in the caves. When we get to building the starships, then we'll worry about making things pretty. Making things look all sci-fi-esque or whatever. So we'll loop him around just across into the top of the barrels. And then we're going to do a little bit of a... Oh, no, I didn't mean to do that. That. And one more there. Okay. We're going to preload this. So this is going to be preload that with cobblestone. Do I have any dirt in my... Digger's backpack. Actually, gravel might be a good one too. So there's gravel, and we'll grab some dirt. There's some dirt. Dirt. Now what we can do is if we right click on this, that makes it dense, which makes it act at a lower priority. So it'll fill everything up first before it gets to here, which is the opposite of what we want. And vacuum is that indeed. That is the opposite. That says put it here first if it fits. If not, then go to the next closest inventory, which in this case will be back here. So with that set like that, so we should be able to set these into those green modes, and we can easily test that. We can just grab some cobble out of wherever there happens to be cobble. There we go. So we got a stack, so we should now see that stack get over here instead of going back into this other chest. So take it out of the first chest and a couple more stacks there. And they shouldn't go back here, is what we're getting at. Yeah, see, it didn't go there. We should get them over here. It might take a while because this pipe's a little long. And sometimes these barrels don't update the way they're supposed to. Oh, that didn't. That gave me all of its cobble. Oh yeah, but see, there it's going with cobble. The cobble's made its way around. So yeah, that works great. If I wanted to, we could, you know what, let's go ahead and do that just in case. Just in case. We're going to make, I don't know why I walked over to this one. Servo. Pneumatic servo. I don't show much crafting, so not really that worried about doing that kind of stuff. When it's quick like that, I'm not gonna cut. It's easier. Okay. So install servo, and then with it, you have to do this with an empty hand. And we say we only want, so we're gonna do whitelist, which is say only give me, and then we put in, oh, that always goes in my digger's backpack. So only give me whitelist cobblestone. And there we go, just like that. We'll do the same thing for this one. Whitelist. Also went in my digger's backpack. I like these digger's backpacks sometimes, but sometimes they just get in the way sometimes. And it's going to do the same thing. And we'll do the same thing here. Whitelist, gravel. So what I'm going to do, and I'll do this off camera between next episode and this is next episode. I'll go through here and I'm going to take all the cobble, all the gravel out, and reload it in the system to make sure that we got everything where it should go. And we can do more of these if we feel like we need them, but at this point I think this is going to get us rolling down the right pathway. So that's it for today. Unfortunately, we're out of time with the episode, but hopefully we should have a whole lot more materials. We should be able to start doing a whole lot more interesting builds in the very near future. Thanks for watching. I'm Mondef. I'll see you guys next time.